What's up guys, welcome to Film Trash. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my Steelbook collection. Now, I'm going to be breaking this up into two videos because I have 203 Steelbooks. So I figured rather than doing all of them in one video, which would be very long, I would just cut it up into two videos. And in the first one I'm going to be showing you the first 102 Steelbooks in my collection. So bear with me, it's probably going to be kind of a long video, but let's go ahead and jump right into it with my old boy collection. Now, as you can see behind me, there's a bunch of movies missing from my old boy collection. I have 8 old boy Steelbooks. That's just the Steelbooks, not including all the other additions behind me still. So let's start off with this one, which I didn't even know existed. It is the German DVD Steelbook. I actually just found it on eBay one day and decided to pick it up. So, alright. Then we have the standard UK Blu-ray Steelbook. The German Blu-ray Steelbook. I just noticed there's a big dent right here. I don't even remember that, but apparently mine has a dent, so might have to get the replacement one for that. Then we have the German 4K Steelbook. Then we have the Arrow Video 4K Steelbook. And then we have the really big, nice sets. So we've got the plain archive, full slip. There are two versions. There's A and B. I'm not sure which one is which, but I have both of them. And they come with a steelbook and a booklet with information and a bunch of cool stuff. So there's the steelbook it comes with. And the steelbooks for both of the slips are the same, so just the slip covers are different. And then of course we have the plain archive box set. This is probably my favorite edition of anything that I own. Really cool. It comes with the steelbook and a bunch of other really cool stuff. You pull up on this thing here and you've got booklet in there, screenplay, I mean all kinds of really cool stuff. Just an amazing box set. Probably the biggest reason why I think Plain Archive is one of the best when it comes to premium editions. I don't really see them do box sets like this much anymore though. It's mostly just one clicks like a lot of the other companies do now, but yeah, really cool old boy deluxe box set. Absolutely amazing. Alright. So that's all the old boy Steelbooks. Let's move on to my Godzilla collection. So of course we have Mothra, which obviously not a Godzilla movie directly, but still really cool. I absolutely love this Steelbook. Really cool artwork from Mill Creek. They absolutely knocked it out of the park with this release. So, okay, and then we have Godzilla vs. King Kong, or King Kong vs. Godzilla, I guess is actually the technical name. This is the old movie, not the more recent one that was released. So, then we have this abomination, Godzilla, the American 1998 film. Absolutely terrible film. I loved it when I was a kid though because, you know, I loved Godzilla and it was just a lot of fun, I guess, at the time, but looking back on it, not so good. And then of course we have the 3 more recent films. The 2014 Godzilla, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Godzilla vs. Kong, the recent one that just came out, which I actually have not even watched it yet. I just haven't gotten around to it, so. Okay, let's move on to my Ultraman Steelbooks. These are all released by Mill Creek, the same company that did the Mothra Steelbook. I'm not going to talk about them too much. They're all fairly similar in their artwork. You got Ultra Q, Ultraman, Ultra 7, Return of Ultraman, Ultraman Ace, Ultraman Taro, or Taro, however you pronounce that, and Ultraman Leo. So very cool. They'll have these slip covers that come off too, and little booklets with information about the episodes. Really cool steelbooks. I really enjoy collecting them. I haven't heard anything lately about, this is what, numbers 1 through 7, so I haven't heard anything what number 8 is going to be. I don't know a lot about the old series, so waiting to hear more about that, but in the meantime, really cool collection. Alright, and then next up we have my Universal Monsters collection. And again, these are all matching. They were released through Best Buy, I don't remember when, a couple years ago, 2018, 2019, something like that. Very cool artwork on them. You got Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. Very, very cool. Absolutely love these. I wish I had somewhere cooler to display them rather than just having them on the shelf where all you see is the spine, because the artwork on them is absolutely amazing. Maybe someday I'll find a better way to display them so you can see them better, but in the meantime, really cool. Absolutely love these. So. Okay, and then next up we have all of my Marvel Cinematic Universe steelbooks. Now I have a bunch of other Marvel steelbooks that aren't technically part of the MCU, that aren't in this collection. This is only MCU stuff. So start off, we have Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, that's the Edward Norton version, Iron Man 2, Captain America, Thor, the Avengers. I should mention too that some of these are 4K, some of them are Blu-ray. When they re-released a lot of them on 4K, if I already had it on Blu-ray, I didn't really feel the need to pick up the 4K edition. I just kept what I had. So then we have Iron Man 3, Thor 2, The Dark World, one of the most hated in the MCU. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest. So, all right, Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Avengers: Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Captain America: Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Thor: Ragnarok. Really cool artwork on that steelbook. Black Panther, Avengers: Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home, and the most recent one, Black Widow. Okay, so that is all of my collections, as it were, all the stuff that are on the two shelves behind me. Everything else that I'm going to show you guys today is just on my normal shelves in alphabetical order. So we'll start off with 12 Monkeys from Arrow Video. It's got a pretty cool slipcover. This was actually a blind buy for me. I hadn't seen it before buying it, and I absolutely love it. Great movie. Highly recommended. Then we've got 2001 Space Odyssey. This is a really cool Titans Occult Steelbook that it's got a slipcover. It's got this plastic cover, so you take it off, and you got the Steelbook inside. And this actually came with a pin, which I have on my vest, so very cool. Really like this edition. I love 2001, it's a great movie. Then we have 300. Akira. Now, this one may not technically be considered a steelbook. It's, for one thing, it's got really cool embossing up front. I mean, this is absolutely awesome. But it does open up a little bit differently than a normal steelbook, but I still count it as a steelbook, and I absolutely love it. Great movie. So next up we have American Psycho, and this is the one that was released by Zavvi, which is a UK company, and it's got the slipcover on it, so if I can get it out. There we go. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool. I like the slipcover. I actually ordered this from Zavvi back in 2020. It was set to be released, I believe, in like June or July of 2020, and mine just never showed up. I contacted the company, they sent me my money back, and a couple months later I saw somebody selling a copy on Facebook for a really good price, so I bought it, which is the one you're looking at right now. And then a couple weeks ago I actually got one in the mail from Zavvi. It was the one that I had ordered over a year ago. It just randomly showed up, so now I have two copies. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with the second one yet. If I'm going to sell it or maybe keep it for giveaways at some point. But really cool. Love that movie. In fact, I love it so much that I have two copies of the movie because I also have the Best Buy Steelbook that just came out. This one is really cool because it's got a slipcover that when you pull it off, it's got his face covered in blood. So it's got that little, like he's peeling the skin mask off. Very cool. Absolutely cool edition. So, alright, next up we have An American Werewolf in London. This one's actually had a couple of really cool steelbooks, but I decided not to pick up any more because I have the Blu-ray one. It's good enough for me. So, next up is Apocalypse Now. This is the Final Cut 4K that just came out, and this one also has a slipcover that comes off and reveals different artwork inside. Very cool. Absolutely love this movie. I decided to pick up the 4K Steelbook, even though I have another edition that's on 4K, and I also have another edition in Blu-ray, which is this Blu-ray Steelbook. I actually had a different 4K version before I picked up this Blu-ray Steelbook, but I just love this artwork. I mean, it's awesome. Beautiful artwork, so. And then we have Beetlejuice. This is another one where I went ahead and bought this Blu-ray Steelbook, and then later on they came out with a 4K Steelbook, and I just didn't really feel the need to upgrade to 4K, so just got the one. Alright, moving on, we have Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. I actually haven't seen this movie in a very long time, but I love Alfred Hitchcock. He is a great director. Decided I might as well pick up the 4K Steelbook. Very cool. And we've got the first Studio Ghibli Steelbook of my collection, Castle in the Sky. And then another one, The Cat Returns. And then probably one of my favorite TV shows or miniseries or whatever you want to call it, Chernobyl, which was the HBO miniseries. Man, this thing is an amazingly good show. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It really puts the whole Chernobyl disaster into perspective. So very, very interesting. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Next up we have Stephen King's Children of the Corn. I love this movie and kind of hate it at the same time. I love the beginning of the movie, I love the idea of the movie, but the special effects towards the end are pretty awful. They definitely don't stand up to today's standards. So, and then of course I have my favorite Christmas movie of all time, A Christmas Story. I'm not usually much of like a Christmas guy, but I love this movie. Next up we have one of my all-time favorite movies, Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange. This is a really cool steelbook. I love the artwork. I have another A Clockwork Orange steelbook ordered, just waiting for it to get shipped out, coming from Zavvi again. So, looking forward to getting that one soon. Then we have Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I really love this movie. I'm not usually into this sort of like martial arts style movies, but this one is really fantastic. And then we've got Batman Begins. And of course, gotta have the whole trilogy. So we've got The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. Alright. And of course we have Deadpool, and gotta have Deadpool 2. District 9. I have a friend who really loves this movie. I hear a lot of great things about it, but I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. Alright. And then we have Django Unchained. Really good Tarantino film. Donnie Darko, another one of my all-time favorites. I have 3 copies of this movie because I'm obsessed with it. I actually found a copy of the special edition Blu-ray and wanted to pick that up, but then I also saw the Blu-ray Steelbook, so I grabbed that one as well. And then when they released it on 4K, I had to grab that one. So, and of course, all 3 of those are from Arrow Video. So. Next up, we have Drive. I love Ryan Gosling. He's such a great actor, and I absolutely love this movie. In fact, I have 3 more copies of it, which I'm not going to show you today, but I'll show you in tomorrow's video. Next up we have another Studio Ghibli Steelbook, and I've heard that this one is not nearly as good as all the others. It's Earwig and the Witch. And then we have Easy Rider. This is a great film. I haven't seen it since I was probably in high school though. It's been a very long time. And Edward Scissorhands. Probably one of my favorite live-action Tim Burton films. I'm not really a big fan of his more recent live-action stuff, but I love Edward Scissorhands. Great movie, great Johnny Depp role. Alright, next up we have The Elephant Man. This is a Studio Canal Steelbook. Really, really great movie. It's kind of just a slow black and white drama, but it's so amazing. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. And we have The Evil Dead. and Army of Darkness. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the Evil Dead 2 on Steelbook. I do have the Evil Dead on Blu-ray, just not a Steelbook. But I would like to get the Steelbook version of the Evil Dead 2 eventually, as well as a Steelbook version of the Evil Dead remake, which I actually really enjoyed. Okay, and then we have The Exorcist. And The Fifth Element. Fight Club. There's some other really great steelbooks for this movie as well, but this is the only one I have right now. Then we have First Blood. I'll be honest, I actually have not seen this film or pretty much any of the Rambo films. I think the one I saw was the 2015 one. That's the only one that I've seen. I'm not sure if that's the right year that it came out, but whichever one that was, that's the only one I've seen. So, Forrest Gump, absolute classic movie. Can't go wrong watching this movie. I actually sat down and watched this with my kids a couple years ago, and they were not excited to watch it, but afterwards, they loved it. They actually really enjoyed it. So, another Studio Ghibli, we've got From Up on Poppy Hill. And Full Metal Jacket, another great Stanley Kubrick film. Alright, we are coming down to the last stack of movies for this video. So, we have Get Out. This, of course, was Jordan Peele's first film, and I absolutely love it. I think Us is an even better film, in my opinion. I think most people tend to like Get Out more, but either way, both of them are absolutely fantastic movies. So, then we have Ghostbusters 1 and 2. These ones have matching artwork. Very cool. Really love the artwork on those ones. Next up we have Ghost in the Shell. This one's got a really cool little plastic slipcover as well. Very cool movie. I'm not a huge fan of anime. I like some of them like Akira, Ghost in the Shell. So most of what I have is either Studio Ghibli or it's just like ones that I think are classics like Akira. So next up we have Grindhouse, which is Planet Terror and Death Proof. And if you watched my video the other day from the horror pack unboxing, then you probably know that I usually don't like Blu-rays where you have multiple movies that aren't really related, because I never know what to put them under. But this one is different for me. I just put it under G for Grindhouse. So next up we have Halloween 2018. I really like this movie. Plus, I absolutely love the artwork. The artwork was done by Todd McFarlane, who is usually most well known for being the guy who created Spawn. I love Spawn, my favorite comic book character, and I love Todd McFarlane. He's one of my all-time favorite comic book artists. So, very cool edition, very cool artwork. Okay, next up we have Heathers. This was another blind buy for me. I picked it up at Best Buy because it was there. I watched it, and to be honest, I didn't really like it that much. I just didn't really care for any of the characters at all and thought it was kind of stupid, but that's just my opinion. Next up we have Wes Craven's The Hills Have Eyes. This is considered a classic, but to be honest, it's another one where, I mean, granted, I didn't watch it until, I don't know, a couple years ago maybe, and I thought it was pretty awful. To be honest, it's just not that good, but it's still a classic. I like the remake a lot more, personally. Okay, next up we have Howard the Duck. This is another one where I want to say that I've seen it, or at least parts of it, when I was a little kid, like around the time it first came out maybe, I don't remember, but I haven't seen it since, so. Alright guys, this is my 102nd Steelbook in my collection, so this is going to be the last one I show you for today, and it is The Howling. Now, this is another one where I haven't seen it in a very long time, So I don't remember much about it, but I know that the artwork on this Steelbook is just absolutely incredible. I don't know how anybody could not want it just for the artwork alone. But yeah, that does it for the first half of my Steelbook collection. Like I said, the second half I'm going to be showing you guys in the next video. I just wanted to break it up a little bit so it's not too long. And yeah, if you guys want to see that video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notifications button so you know when I post the next video. And I will see you guys next time.